It's very difficult keeping that fire alive inside of you, that passion that you have deep inside your soul, that passion that fuels your motivation, your determination, that passion that just makes you who you are, it makes you a unique individual. We all have different types of pieces that we have of ourselves that ultimately leads to one big piece. You have your creative side, you have your philosophical side, you have your thinking side, and you have your learning side, and and more people have even more sides than that. Depending on your hobbies and passions. And what sucks in this world is that it seems like it's designed to break the individuality of a person, to break what makes us unique and what makes us special. And I don't really like that. I'm all for people being able to express themselves, being able to make a living off of their creative innovations and passions, and actually, you know, having people that are like creative being taken more serious. Because if you think about it, innovation is the stabilization of the world. If you really look at it, from people developing cars, developing airplanes, that took people that were creative and innovative, people to put their minds together, people to brainstorm, people to actually think outside the box. And these are usually your innovators, your leaders, and your world magnates that create a legacy in their lives, and a legacy that ripples through the times. And I know life is pretty short for all of us, so it's why I don't like getting into petty beefs and arguing with people and doing all that, because it's just life's too short, man. And before you know it, you're up in age, and before you know it, you know, your life is over. And it's like, I want to encourage people that have a special type of talent, whatever talent it is, man, because we all have different type of talents. We all have different types of strengths and weaknesses, and that's what makes people unique. But in this system, it seems to just want to make everybody just bland. If you just look at everything, man, it's not designed for people that want to be creative. You know, like look at Hollywood, for instance. There's some times where you could smoke some weed and come up with a better storyline than a lot of these Hollywood movies, and some of the acting is absolutely atrocious. You know, the video game industry is the same thing. It's like, you telling me that all these billions of dollars these companies have, and this is the best they can do? Yeah, the graphics may look good, but it's like, you beat the game, and then they sell you the other half of the game through a DLC or some other crap, or they're selling you skins, they're selling you stuff. And like, back in my days, if you wanted to get a skin for a gun, you have to just keep using that weapon, and then you got to get kills with the weapon. You have to like get special like perks for the weapon when you play Call of Duty back in the days. And that's how you unlock skins. Nowadays, you unlock skins by just paying $5.99 to $29.99, because it's expensive now, or $20 for a skin. It's ridiculous. And these video game companies and everybody just got greedy, but there's no soul, there's no passion, there's no innovation, and they refuse to hire anybody that can try to break the mold. I think I was watching this one thing on YouTube where this person was talking about, he was talking about these game companies, like he was like a sponsor for them or something like that. They're holding some type of committee. He was talking about how you don't want to over deliver to the customer no more. I was like, what the fuck? That's what he was saying. It's like, you don't want to over deliver in your video games. Like, even if you could over deliver, don't, because you can save the rest of that and sell it to people through DLCs and shit like that. So they break the games up to be sold in sections. That breaks creativity, and that breaks the spirit. So when somebody said I want to make video games for a living, they go to school, and then they get a degree, and then they get hired at a video game company. Come to find out, they're just like a SFX person that does like SFX effects and does environmental shit or whatever, maybe some coding, but you don't get no say so in the game. You got to do everything they tell you. If they say, hey, design it this way, do that way, code this, do that, like you can't have no creative input. So it's best to just start your own fucking video game company, but that takes investments, and not everybody has the investment of time, and the investments of economics, because it's going to take more than just economics, the investment of your time, you know what I mean, and the combination of those two to actually get it going and flowing. It's going to be very difficult. But this world needs more creators, man. We need more poets. We need more stuff like that. because the times we're going through now is like it's like one of those mythical, legendary downfalls. You're seeing an entire nation due to inflation, due to people just losing their minds because of how hard life has gotten for a lot of people. There's a lot of people that are struggling right now, financially, mentally, spiritually, physically, whatever, and they're on their they're about seconds from breaking and snapping. So that's why we got to keep our mental health up, and it's important, So to all my creators, keep on creating, keep on doing your thing, man. Peace.